Okay, this is the 2x72 Revolution belt grinder by Brian House. Nice job. If you haven't built one yet, you should. I was going back and forth between buying one or building one, and I was going to fabricate the whole thing myself. He made it a no-brainer, so thank you, Brian. It's great. This has been a great build. Been a bit challenging at some points for the tracking. Oh, Jesus, the tracking. But I got it finally. Had to remake a couple parts and really take the time to put this together. But what a great build, what a great machine. I can't say enough about it. The thing is just awesome. So one modification I'm going to do is I'm lowering the tool rest by at least 4 inches, and I've lengthened the stem on the work rest itself, so I can come up and down as needed on the platen or on the contact wheel. This is going to give me a lot more flexibility, and if you do anything bigger, this tool rest has to be way down here. It can't be up here. It just doesn't work. So let's get into it. Okay, this is my 4-inch piece I'm adding to lower the whole assembly by 4 inches. I'm cutting 45s, so I'll have proper 90s, and when I weld it up, it should look good. Okay, I'm using my angle finder to make sure that between the blade and the metal is 90 degrees. With these cheap chop saws, they're usually all over the place, so you really have to be careful. I'm shimming it up, making sure that this thing is 90 degrees so I get a good cut. Here's a couple of shots of the finished product. Okay, so this mod was a success. As you see, the work rest is right at where it was before. Nice, you know, if you needed that for some reason. And then we can go all the way down to the bottom of the platen. Nice and square. And on my jig, you can see that I got plenty of room. If I was doing something big, a big chopper or something, I don't know, you got plenty of room now. Plenty of room. This jig, again, I alluded before that it's just a piece of angle iron with a commercial grade chopping block that I cut, and I countersinked 1/4-20s into it, and just changed the angle of the platen. That's it. I didn't have to spend 150 bucks. I've already done a couple of knives. Comes out perfect. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps. If it helps, if not, maybe there's something I'm not seeing, but I think that this is going to help me in the long run to produce better knives quicker. Okay, let's talk about this grinding jig. Real simply, I'm going to take it apart in front of you. Got my clamp, got my 1/4-20. This is a 3-inch piece of angle iron, and this is just commercial grade cutting board. Amazon, I think it was $13 or something like that. The clamp, let's make sure I'm getting this in here, was 3/8 steel, just regular mild steel. And I took it to the belt grinder on the platen, and if you see the profile, I ground a channel in here to hold the knife, and then I left a little meat. And then here is the pivot point, and you have one screw hole, 1/4-20. So when you clamp it, it goes right up against like that, nice and tight, nice and tight. I'm going to show you how I set my jig up for my smaller knives. So this is a 1-inch 1/4-20 Allen head, and I just use a couple of 1/4-20 washers, like 3 of them, probably about that. You put that on, put your clamp on, get your knife. Well, this one's already done, but and you just put it in and snug it up. And then what you do is you make sure that you're at the angle that you want, and then just snug it with the Allen. The important thing is that the washers need to be in so the screw doesn't stick out here. If the screw sticks out here, when you're grinding, the platen will hit it and take it off. And then when you go to use it again on a bigger knife, your screw is going to be too short. So it's important to use those washers. But other than that, this is as simple of a design as I could come up with. And it works pretty fantastic. You just have to be sure that your knife is situated the way you want it to be. Now the clamp is just mild steel, so I had a concern it was going to rust. So what I did was I got some Presto Mag liquid gun blue, and I put it on, and it has worked perfectly. It just it doesn't smell the best, but it definitely works good. No rust.